Okay, quick Monday morning radar update. So, famous last words, expect a quiet day with the US being closed today. Don't quote me on that. So we're just kind of drifting. There's absolutely no interest in stocks today. I've spent the morning basically trying to reclaim the office because it's full of the van conversion gear. And basically all I do is I tidy everything up and put it back where it was before. So yesterday I cleaned all the paving, all the yard, everything outside from the storm. I wake up this morning, it's just the same again. So it's Groundhog Day in the garden. So basically, list consolidation day, surrounded by little bits of paper with jobs. I put them all onto one list, and in my brain it frees up a little bit of space so I can do other jobs. So I'm hoping to get into a bit of the new spreadsheets I'm working on today. I spent all weekend just ordering a few things for my van and trying to tie up lots of loose ends. So I didn't really spend that much time at the screens. I did a few hours yesterday, but it was more, just tidying and getting on top of things. So let's just jump through these. I think we'll just go and have a look at the... So I've put a little arrow on this, basically because, this is where, stories that oil is going to the moon started. And anyone who's, been a member of Trading Bases for a while, we know that reward to risk is found on the pullback of these very efficient markets. And when they get into the story zone, and, that arrow questions, was this the story zone? We don't know. It might continue, sometimes they do. But it's traded a swing move towards there. And the leading oilers traded this move. And now it's a case of, can they continue? So if you get involved in the story zone, what's the story zone? Well, the reward to risk, the trade's basically played out. The story starts to get louder. Liquidity is created. Bigger positions start to get sold to the market. And by the big institutions, they lighten up on these longs, what they've already taken into the sort of cricket zone. And this bar here was probably the maximum sort of story zone bar, the stories of war. So it's pulling it, well, it's going sideways, it's just bumbling around. It doesn't mean it can't go again, but let's just quickly, I'm trying to get the psychology of this over to people. And we're up into this area here, what is, we called it a magnet, it's a big round number magnet, and it could go through there, whatever. But it's just, if you buy pullbacks in inefficient oilers, they kind of got there, didn't they? So you're getting on the oil train today is basically getting on it, after it's already made a pretty good move for the swing traders out there. If you're a position trader, you should have got it in it earlier as well, I think. But obviously not my way or the highway, is it? But everyone gets what they want out of the markets. Let's just go and have a look at gold, because we've, my opinion on gold. It's dead to us. And let's just basically, why is it dead to us? Well, the gold move, it came out of this base here. We had a base here, and the news we're getting is exactly the same as the news we was getting in this base. Gold. Every little bit of vol in the market, gold, buy gold, and it went sideways for 5-6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 years. So it went. We had 5 years of people telling you gold's going to trend, and then gold trended, and it broke out, and there was the first pullback here. There was lots of opportunity there, and then there was this horrible little episode here. Well, guess what? Everything got axed together. Gold went with stocks, as it always does. But you know, then the gold made another move. So where are we now? You know, let's, you know, Edward Treetop's opinion is not going to pay your bills, is basically what we're trying to, you know, positioning for moves, getting good reward to risk out of stocks you want to own is the game, isn't it? And we go on to the monthly, and we're kind of just going sideways here, and it's good that it's, you know, up at the top of the range, but and I'll just throw something else out there. By the time you see a range, the range is usually ready to break, because you get these fantastic, oh yeah, there's a range, you know the hindsight. Oh, this range, you buy here and you sell here, and by the time you need two lows to be able to see there's a range to buy, and you need two highs to be able to see, you know, there's a range to sell. And I will tell you now, I trade towards two highs all day long. You know, if you trade, you know, I'm always going to be looking long if I see a double top, because guess what? You know, it takes a double top to make a base. So we've got a range on the gold here, haven't we? And what do we see? Well, it's at the top of the range. Now, if it punches up to here, everyone's, you know, you'd hope you should, you know, if you've seen some good gold stocks, you want to be on board. I'm not seeing the gold stocks in my screens, but I'm seeing the blue sky gold stocks. So we've had a lot of setups go through the screens over the last month or so with what are just blue sky, you know, the ones what people say these are high risk, but you know, the end of the day, is a bracket is a bracket is a bracket. And you know, they've been running for some time. We've seen a lot of them. But if it did this, there's a chance it is a bigger base. It mutates into a huge base. If it ducks down here and coils up, well, the chance this is what we call a base with a bit of supply. But the job to do is just go through the gold stocks, isn't it? Should we do that now? You know, let's jump into the gold stocks. Let's just do the old share scope button and only show gold mining. And should I'll just go in. I'm just going to go A to Z here. No, I'll go from FTSE 100 down. So obviously this is mainly silver. Yeah, you know, it's just a cut. You know, I think I did this for the share scope tutorial as well. So the zone of interest, and then, you know, breaks trend, the zone of interest, down it goes, has a little bounce here, down it goes. This is 52-week highs, you know, not even thought about visiting those, has it? Polymetal, CY. Where did it trade last? Well, 52-week lows. POG. Now, this is where POG started that move, and this is where it is now. Very simple. ATYM. Go and have a look at the spreadsheets I put on Twitter if you want to have a look why this was a focus for us, though I wasn't interested in it myself. Going up for other, you know, other reasons. For a gold stock to do its own thing, you know, you need a little bit more than just the gold prices going up. Just buzz through these into the... Or a precious metals stock, I should say, as well, because I think that's how ShareScope just orders these. Anyway, that's what's in there. You know, it's not a pretty sight really in that area, is it? I could do the US ones as well, but you get the point. I'll quickly have a look what's working on the what's on volume in the US this morning. It is 9:40. We should have been trading 20% to be on average volume, about 30% to be on conviction. CLG rode this trend I was out here. It's drifted for a few months. It's been bought out at a very small premium. These are kind of, buyouts. People wear buyouts as if they're some kind of great badge of honour. The reality is every buyout, just cuts the trend, doesn't it? If it's trending, it cuts the trend. If it's down in the dumps, it's a get out of jail. If it's been selling off and then it gets bought out, it's a get out of jail free card. For someone who likes to ride trends in growth stocks, for me, my methodology is worth more than a buyout, basically. Because, getting a little bit of a premium on one of these things, I sit through moves up of 50-odd%, moves down of sort of 20-odd% all day long, up, down, up, down, up, down, in every stock. And it's just a move up in a growth stock, isn't it? A buyout. It's, there's nothing in that what I would want in my methodology, trying to buy, get on board buyouts. It would put a portion of the portfolio in sort of hibernation, wouldn't it? Waiting for the buyout. Not my game. Sometimes they hit the tape. It is what it is. So Kenmare, just going sideways still. I've taken the liberty of drawing a new base on this, but it's still going sideways. Whatever happened to battery metals? The great trend. That was the story zone as well. So have a think about these story zones we talk about all the time. It goes coal, doesn't it? It goes 3D printing. It goes this. It goes that. It goes battery metals. It goes oil. It goes, and then over and over again. By the time you hear the story, the joke's over, isn't it? So that's this morning's radar update. Not much to look at. I'll quickly jump into the small caps actually, and just go through these as well. I don't think there's much running in here. Oh, there's a few more in here. It's basically there's a lot of minnows in here bouncing. Audio boom. Is it story zone? The story's getting extremely loud now. Let's just remember where it broke out on our screens. It's up 900, nearly 1,000% since it broke out on our screens. This cadence just mutated into a huge base now, hasn't it? And obviously not a focus stock by any means. I go through these volume leaders every morning to get a feel for what's moving and what we're likely to see in the end of day screens. And this one went up fast, didn't it? So, not expecting to see much today. I'll leave it there. Cheers all.